And the topic we have, it is the self-ionization of water. The self-ionization of water is showing the name that means the water will get ionized by itself. So let's have an introduction about the self-ionization of water. Basically, the self-ionization of water is can be explained by using the example. If we have a look on the electrical conductivity experiment, we have electrical conductivity experiments around us. In these experiments, we have a look that water is extremely a weak electrolyte. So we have a look that water, it is a weak electrolyte. So the word electrolyte, it is new to you, that what does mean by electrolyte? Basically, the electrolyte are the substances that are converted into ions, and after the conversion into the ions, they can conduct electricity. These substances are known as electrolyte. And water itself, it is a weak electrolyte, and it has been shown in many electrical conductivity experiments. But when we look that water undergoes self-ionization, the water undergoes self-ionization. Self-ionization means it ionizes into its ions by itself, but this process happen to very small extent. Why does it is going to be happen to at very small extent? But the second thing, if we have a look, that water is having equal number of hydrogen and hydroxide ions. If we have a chemical reaction of the water, then we have a look that H2O, when it is going to be ionized, it produces OH negative ions along with hydrogen positive ions. If we have the structures for this, in the center we have the oxygen, and around the oxygen we have mainly two hydrogen atoms like this. So these are the two hydrogen atoms. And after the ionization, we have a look that the productions of the ions like this. Here we have the hydrogen, and along with we have one oxygen, that is going to be produce hydroxide ions, and then plus we have hydrogen ion. So mainly this is the ionization of the water molecule, that water ionizing hydroxide and H positive ion, and when it undergoes self ionization, it is going to produce equal amount of H positive and OH negative ions. So this is the ionization of the water molecule. But when we are talking about the self ionization of the water molecule, then we have a look. The self ionization of water molecule, it is also known as auto ionization of the water. Auto ionization means we have two water molecules. We have two molecules of water, and these water molecules are gonna to be react with each other, and they produces two types of ions. The first one we have hydronium ion, and they produces hydroxide ion, OH negative ion, by the transfer of the protons. So let's have a look on this reaction, that what this reaction is going to tell us. We have two water molecules, they're going to be react, then one water molecule will donates the proton and other will accept the proton. So the water molecule that is going to donate the proton, it will become hydroxide ion as OH negative ion, and the water molecule that is going to accept the proton, it will become a hydronium ion, H3O positive ion. So this reaction is known as self-ionization or the auto-ionization of the water molecule, and that reaction takes place by producing equal amount of hydronium ion and equal amount of hydroxide ion by the transfer or the accept of the proton. So in simple, ionization, by definition we can write it as the reaction in which two water molecules two water molecules are gonna to react, and they produces the ions This process is known as, or this reaction is known as self-ionization or auto-ionization of the water molecule. And if we have to understand the self-ionization of water molecule, then can take only the one water molecule and we may proceed to the next reaction. So I hope you guys understand the what does mean by self-ionization or auto-ionization. Auto-ionization mean by itself. The water is gonna to be changes into its ion by itself, and always it produces the equal amount of hydroxide ion and hydronium ion, and if only one molecule is undergoing ionization, then it produces hydrogen and hydroxide ion, and their concentration is equal to each other. And if it is going to produce 5 hydrogen ions, then it will produce 5 hydroxide ion. So this is a simple self-ionization or auto-ionization of the water molecule. I hope you guys understand about the topic, that what does mean by it. And if you have any queries, you can ask me about that in the comment section. For that time, have a good day and Allah Hafiz.